What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Spotted Down. Of course, we with DJ
Trini D. They call me Trini D. What up, World Thursday Night School?
Thursday night. Cool. Sorry, my bad.
It's all good. It's all good.
Really excited. But you know what, man? It's been a hell of a week.
It has been.
Hell of a weekend. I'm gonna let you lead off because last week I led off, and it's just important that we have the right gravitas to have this conversation, right?
Sure, man. So it's been a crazy week in hip hop. We'll just get right into it for people who don't know. Tragic news in hip hop in this past week. Sunday, I believe, March 31st.
Yes.
Beloved rapper Nipsey Hussle was shot and murdered, slain, right in front of his Marathon store. Very tragic, man. I remember when I first got the notification and it was just like Nipsey Hussle was shot in front of his store, and I was like, dang, I felt like so conditioned. I was like, I hope he's okay.
That's the first thing you thought of,
You get
right?
what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people were in that same bubble. Like, dang, like, okay, I hope he's all right. And 2-3 hours later, get the notification, he was murdered. He's gone. So I think that was just off rip crazy, man. It was just real sad to kind of just think about that way and just say, wow, we just lost somebody. The one thing that I think is even crazier from that is just how quick it was to happen. We just, in flashes and notifications and pop-ups.
Exactly.
He was gone. So instantly everybody in hip-hop started mourning. Everybody started sending their tweets. People came out that night. You know, people came out to show love, YG, showing posts and things of that nature. I think it was sad, and it just hurt people just right that night. Like, where were you when that happened? Like, did you find out right when it happened, or were you?
So in the midst of me actually learning about what had happened, it was kind of my me just sitting at home.
Yeah.
And just kind of just sitting there. Next thing you know, I saw one Instagram post, one Facebook notification, like, yo, what the hell is going on, bro?
Yeah, man.
What the hell is this? And then, unlike a lot of people now today's, you know, where they just instantly jump on Facebook and say RIP, I went on CNN.com.
Oh, man.
I went to the news site.
Wow.
And CNN had a big bulletin about
that's crazy.
Rapper, California rapper, LA rapper shot and killed out front of the store. You know what I'm saying? And
man.
So, like, I didn't jump in because, you know, a lot of people, like, especially with the internet nowadays, the people jump on and hashtag this sensationalized news, you know what I mean?
Thoughts and prayers, hashtag rest in peace, all that.
Saying?
Yeah, it's kind of, like I said, it's conditionalized at this point. Like, they're so quick to say it, so.
Exactly.
But you saw that on CNN, though.
Yeah, I saw it on CNN. It was on CNN.com. I don't have... Personally, I do not have cable at this moment.
Okay.
I'm a cut the cord kind of guy.
Okay. Futuristic. I like it.
Yeah, but the fact that it was so quick and the news reported on it because he was such a meaning to his community.
Amazing.
That meant a lot because you can kind of see how everybody reacted to it. And that was so much more important than anything else.
And I think that's what the instant reaction was. People were just in similar fashion, not even caring to go to the post or go to anything like that. They were just like, dang, is this true? You know, like, let's find out what happened. Let's see what's good with Lauren, because everybody knew how big their love was, man. Like, exactly. if you on Instagram, period, like, that was a really big relationship. So it was really sad going into the whole week, just knowing that the next day was April Fool's, and I think everybody in the culture shut that shit down. In honor of Nipsey, I think we was just like, I didn't see anybody do no pranks. I didn't see no stupid tweets or nothing like that. Yeah. I feel like people really just was, especially in the hip hop culture, were just like, yo, we not gonna joke today. Today's gonna be a day of mourning and a day of grief. Well,
another thing I've kind of give a lot of people in the hip hop culture about props for is that a lot of people reacted. Schoolboy Q reacted. Rihanna reacted. Beyonce reacted.
A lot of people.
A lot of the mainstream hip hop people who actually have a following reached out and actually like either decided they're not going to drop any music over the next week, or they decided that they decided how they're going to play the situation, which is thoughts and prayers, a lot of a commemorative posts on their Instagram. A lot of people, YG, some famous bloods decided to make the journey to Crenshaw and Slauson.
That's real.
And show love and show respect. So it's one of those situations where you kind of see how much he affected not only his block, Crenshaw and Slauson, the rolling 60s area in L.A., but he affected the greater L.A. area where YG came, where the game came, affected people across the nation, and as far as Dave East from New York, a whole bunch of people from, a whole bunch of artists nationwide. People, not just DJs in the music industry, but fans, not just fans of his, but people who knew of him and what he was doing. I can personally say I was not his biggest fan. I didn't follow his music career to the T. But what I can tell you is, like, I caught records here and there, but I knew more about what he was doing for his community than his music itself.
The facts is with Nipsey, we're from Florida, right?
Yeah.
We are Orlando DJs. On the real, Nipsey's music didn't make it to our airwaves. Let's be honest. Yeah. We know of a few of his songs because we're DJs, because we look into music. Yeah, and maybe some hip-hop heads would know. But the typical Florida dude, the typical average hip-hop Florida radio dude, probably never really listened to Nipsey because, let's be honest, his stuff never really made it to this side of the country.
Exactly.
But what I think always did was his message. I don't think you really needed to know his music to know his message. And I think that's how strong his message was that you didn't need to hear his stuff. You didn't need to listen to the songs. If you did, that was a bonus.
That's a bonus, yeah, exactly.
But his message was so strong that it was stronger than the music. It was greater than the music. Okay. His message really just kind of branched across. So I agree, man. I wasn't his biggest fan per se, but I definitely watch his interviews. Yeah. I've seen every interview that people are posting clips of, whether it's from the Breakfast Club or the one he's talking about real estate, investing, things like that. I've watched them, and I'm like, damn, this dude is really like a real, young, I don't want to say entrepreneur, but he's really trying to like educate you guys on like how to be that type of person, how to put your money into right places. So the fact that I knew that was him off rip, and then seeing this happen, it was just so tragic, man. You're right. Everybody reacted to it. I remember watching the Games video of him just in the car, talking, and you hear the pain in his voice, bro. I'm like, damn, that's the game, bro. Like, so it's really sad to just be honest, man. But it was so sad because it just kept getting more tragic to me. I feel like after that whole Monday, it just got worse in terms of like what we found out and then what we started to see into the case. We got shout out to my boy, who's that, Steve Whitaker.
That's my cousin right there.
What up? What up?
Give him. I want to read out what he's saying.
So for sure, he's like, hey, as career DJs talking to someone who has been peripherally aware of Nipsey and his work, but does not know his catalog, what are some tracks that will help me get to know him as an artist, as an activist, as a man of the people, which he clearly was. We're going to divert to the fact that we really weren't fans, like we just said.
Yeah. But I can give a couple of my favorite tracks.
For sure.
So, cause first thing I would want you to point you out to is I would want you to first to watch a video of him talking about his the importance of him opening up his store, the Marathon, in downtown Crenshaw. I'm gonna get that link for you right here. Of course, people post videos on World Star all the time, but for everybody to get to know more about Nipsey Hussle, I'm about to post a link right here. I want you to watch how he talks about his journey of wanting to open up his store in downtown Crenshaw, because what he talks about is the power of ownership. Mm-hmm. He doesn't just talk about, I just want to have a store to make some money. He's talking about, it's important for me to have this store to be a stalwart in the community, to show the community that we have ownership and not let gentrification take what we've built, what we worked for, and what we deserve, which is ownership of our community. A song that I want to give you, I'm gonna give you a good song. I'm gonna pick a song for you because I don't want to give you just something new, even though a lot of his new stuff is good. I just really found that a lot of the stuff he was attempting to do, like he would do songs with YG and Game, no problem.
Yeah.
Like wearing blue and red in LA, driving cars down the middle of LA, and expecting, back in the day, nobody expected Bloods and Crips to get along. Historically, people have always like, oh, Bloods and Crips, whoop-de-whoop. But he always showed a side of himself that made him vulnerable, and made him able to made him able to be understood as come across other things.
Yeah.
So I'll give you one of my favorite songs of his new album, Victory Lap, that's blowing up right now, of course, on charts, which as it should be. I wish it was under better circumstances.
For sure.
Song I would tell you, one of my favorite songs called Double Up. It's him featuring Belly and Dom Kennedy. So I want you to check that out, because Double Up, you know what I'm saying? After you check out Nipsey Hussle's journey of opening his Marathon store. Go ahead. Let's continue.
It's just sad how from that murder we just started to find a little bit more news too as well. We saw the surveillance camera, I think, footage that came out about a day or two after that murder, and it was really sad. It was really hurtful, man. It was really painful. It was really just, you watched the murder, and I mean, somebody's been on the internet, you see murders, but you just watched the murder of somebody you just started grieving over.
Yeah.
I think that that's where the internet really was kind of hurting, and I think that that shit was just sad to watch for people who don't know what happened. You don't have to watch it, but basically, dude ran up on him, dude had an altercation, dude came back, pop, shot him. Nipsey was down with a few people. Dude came back, shot him again, made sure he was dead. And then came back, pretty sure shot him one more time while he was for sure dead, and then kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
Kicked him in the head, ladies and gentlemen. So watching that really was just disgusting. I mean, even me saying it out loud, that's kind of disgusting. And it's just sad that happened.
Exactly.
The fact that something like that happened, you find out that for the most part, it seems like it was just a altercation. It seemed like it was an argument. It seemed like that's the reason why people always say you can't stay in the hood, you know? That's the reason why people say that. But at the end of the day, it goes against everything you were just saying with him creating that store and being right there on the middle of those streets. You have to show back that this is you giving back to that community.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not that it was, I think more of the sentiment of you got to get out of the hood is like you not living there.
Absolutely.
And he didn't live there, but he made a business there, made a point to be visible there.
Yeah.
I really feel like we need more people like him.
Yeah.
So these things won't continue to happen. I think like the person, we're gonna go through the timeline of where things were to now in a little bit, but the fact that this person, they tell you that keep your enemies close, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Yes, sir.
It's like you know who's gonna hurt you. You have an idea, like you have an idea, the vision of who can hurt you. And unfortunately, sometimes we let people who we know and we love, or we know of, or who we're affiliated to through, because him and YG and this young gentleman, who we're going to talk about in a little bit, we're affiliated through their gang culture.
Yes.
So YG, I mean, Nipsey didn't have to feel threatened, because he already knew dude. He knew about dude. He knew what that guy was about.
Yeah.
But he also was going quickly to stop there real quick, handle some business, and jam on out. And this dude took it upon himself to take away somebody who hip hop needed. He was one of the I don't know why we have this penchant for West Coast artists to have this power of being an activist mindset. But he was one of the, because Kendrick's from the Compton, but he's not exactly considered a street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's weird. He's from the hood.
Yeah.
He's just considered an ultimate lyricist. But Nipsey's one of those people who was from the street and could talk what Kendrick's talking about on a street level.
Well, that's how his message came across.
Exactly.
You know, Kendrick is a little bit more articulated, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But he knew how to bring that type of articulation and put it back into his vocals, his voices, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what made it really sad, man. You know, shout out to everybody tuning in. If you got any opinions about, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, please share it, and please share the link as well.
And keep in mind, we will be not entertaining any conspiracy theories tonight.
No, man. And I think that's where that surveillance video, to be honest, hurt. You know, we watched that surveillance video, and it honestly just looked like what we just described, like a freaking altercation.
Yeah.
So from that moment, man, you could continue to believe those conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
We all knew and found out that he was actually meeting with people from the city to discuss gang violence and how to end it and things of that nature. So there's a bunch of conspiracy theories, but like even after watching that video, if we believe that guy was sent or something like that, stop it. That's just ridiculous, because you saw what that was. That is everything that Nipsey was trying to stand against and prevent. So the fact that we watched that, we witnessed that, man, like that's what hurt. We were like, okay, this isn't a conspiracy. This is real life. This is gangster stuff. And I don't mean gang related necessarily. I'm just mean like people trying to be gangster.
Yeah.
People just like offended and trying to shoot in the moment.
Over petty stuff.
Over petty stuff, especially like you said, keep your enemies closer. Even that term, I believe that his last tweet, was it, right hours before he died, was something like, my enemies are my blessing.
Yeah.
Like, so
having enemies is I can't remember let's go.
But it's insane.
I want to paraphrase the man's last words, man. So.
It's crazy how kind of sense that energy, and everybody knows that. Like that's just what happened. It's just an energy person. This man by the name of Eric Holder, as people suspect, is the guy. I believe his street name was Shitty. Shitty Cuz.
You know he's Shitty Cuz. What's Shitty Cuz?
You know, some West Coast stuff. I can believe it.
That's a whack ass name, bro.
I believe it, but they have videos. They show the tattoos matching and stuff like that. So it's crazy how, from everything that we found out so far, that's what just really hurts me the most. The more we found out about it, the more we realized it was a senseless ass murder.
Yeah, exactly.
And I am just so devastated, man. I'm hurt at the fact that this could just happen. But
so let's break down the timeline, brother.
So pretty much they have apprehended somebody who they believe is Eric Holder. They believe again that man is a suspect. He was apprehended a few days ago, and I believe that just now today he was actually pleading that he was not guilty. So that's where we are in that case. That man really has been caught. Hopefully, we know it's him. His alleged driver was also a female, was also caught as well. She pleaded not guilty. She said she didn't know that when the guy came back that he had just committed a murder. They let her go free of charge. So now he is pleading that he is not guilty. We've got a lot of evidence.
So technically the driver is contradicting Eric Holder's statement.
Pretty much.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
You are absolutely right, and that's where I was leading to. I want to see where that's going to go in court.
Yeah.
If that's what she's pleading, that she just didn't know, okay, what didn't you know? And then if you say that, are you going to say, oh, well, I'm just saying that because the cop said he murdered somebody? Well, did you deny it at that moment?
But
or what was being said then?
At that point, if he says we weren't there, she's already contradicted that statement because she's already said, like, I didn't know he murdered somebody. That already means, like, she didn't say that we weren't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, you're saying that this guy still ran up in the car from leaving it, and you didn't know, like, what he just did?
And he had a gun in his hand? Okay.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. You know, so I want to see if this is going to go in court. What I think is the best part about this, man, and this is to show you how strong this message is, is that the LAPD had a manhunt for this Mr. Holder guy.
Exactly.
And they held a press conference talking about how important this man Nipsey Hussle was. And they're literally trying to make sure that this man gets right and adjusted. When the hell have you ever heard the LAPD
for a
goddamn
ex-gang
gang member, rapper, giving back, living in the hood, bringing back to his hood, preventing gentrification? Like, you've never heard the LAPD working like that, and I've seen nothing but people giving him support. So to show you how strong his message is, man, you even got the LAPD trying to, like, really end things and finish things off. So
because I think one thing the LAPD knows is, especially after watching, I don't know if you know Daylight, the battle rapper, right?
Yeah.
He did a video talking about how senseless the murder was and how almost like he delves in conspiracy theories.
For sure.
But he also made sense of how it shouldn't be a conspiracy theory. Let's say, if you think there was just regular plain old gang violence in the heart of the rolling 60s neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you had the Bloods... The Bloods can't drive. They can't roll. You can't roll a car of Bloods.
No.
Through the rolling 60s and hope to get the middle of Crenshaw and Slauson.
No.
Where that store is in the intersection of Crenshaw and Slauson.
For sure.
There's no way Bloods can go that far.
Yeah.
The only way, and then the video also proves that if he wasn't sniped out. Dude who shot him wasn't a government agent. Dude, he was somebody who was a part of the same setting gang that Nipsey was, who has been known to be an informant. But the thing was, Nipsey would just let him on his way.
Yeah.
He had if dude was a government agent, he would have shot Nipsey the first time. You don't just wait and come back and then shoot him.
Which is why I said it's disgusting.
You know what I'm saying?
He shot him and came back at least twice.
Exactly.
And then kicked him in the head. If this was a conspiracy, no,
double tapped him. No way.
That's a senseless ass murder, man.
Exactly. And so it's like
it's
the
hurtful.
conspiracy theories about the Dr. Sebi situation false, because they would have pulled off. Even Charlamagne made this point. All this Dr. Sebi shit that was going to be in the documentary is free online.
Well, for people who don't know, Dr. Sebi is a very, 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 very prominent
holistic
medicine doctor.
Passed.
He passed away. I believe he died in Honduras of pneumonia, is what they claim.
Yeah.
He was a very spiritual herbal doctor, and this man always claimed that he could do things like cure AIDS.
Yeah.
But
has not been proven.
Has not been proven. He actually had some lawsuits filed against him. But I actually did my research on him, and personally, I do think there were some things that he knew of in terms of like good herbal treatments and teas of that nature. Yeah. But there was a documentary being written on him, filmed on him, and this was being promoted heavily and being supported by the late great Nipsey Hussle. So that's where the conspiracy kind of stemmed from. But as you were saying, I think that's all BS, man. Yeah. Like, you can't say that that's true after giving the facts that we've been discussing.
Especially like, okay, if Dr. Sebi was the cause, he's already had multiple documentaries made about him.
Absolutely.
He's also...
I just said, like, I found out about him. I researched about him. So, like, another documentary, the only difference would have been is, like, what you're saying, how Nipsey delivers his message.
Exactly.
He would have made it a street documentary, something the street people could understand what Dr. Seppi was saying. But for it to be a conspiracy, for, like, a government conspiracy to kill him because of that, I'm like, honestly, come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
They would have been pulled off every YouTube video about Dr. Seppi.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have whitewashed all the information.
Government knows how to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There are some stuff that is literally not on the fucking internet because of the government. So, Dr. Seppi, I'm telling you, look up your own stuff and believe what you believe. But that documentary, I'm glad Nick Cannon announced that he's going to be the one to take over it. Yeah. Because Nick Cannon is that type of messenger as well. He puts his message to the street. Mm-hmm. You ever really watch Nick Cannon and like the type of music he's done, the type of movies he's done, and Wild 'N Out, let's be real, it's very much a street to mainstream kind of transition.
It's a streetwise kind of comedy. You know
Absolutely.
I mean?
So I love that he's the one that said he's going to take it up. He has the money to do it and the funding to do it. But no, let's get off that conspiracy because he died in a senseless murder. My man got kicked in the head dead.
He definitely.
So
he was already on the ground.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Saddest shit I've seen. So it's devastating to see that. I really hope, things kind of wrap up with that whole situation. Mm-hmm. Seeing Lauren London and seeing what she said, I hope she's strong. They're one of my favorite Instagram couples, just being honest,
and
man.
They just had a kid, I think.
Just had, little kid. So we just found out as well from that situation, like I said, it just gets worse, that the person he was visiting at his store apparently had just gotten out of jail. Mm-hmm. It was this boy that got out for, I believe it was 11 years or something like that. Mm-hmm. Could be more, could be like 20. But basically he was there. He's like, all right, man, I'm going to go come see you. I'm going to go shoot you up in my store, get you fresh or whatever. And apparently that's why the dude wasn't with security. Apparently that's why he literally was
the last second thing.
The last second, just like, him from the heart. I'm going to help my boy out. You out of jail. I ain't seen you in a minute. Let's go get fresh. I got the store right in the hood. So it's hurtful, man. It's really hurtful because we talk about all of the things that this man has done in this short amount of time. Yeah. That's not the dude that needs to be dead. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the dude for change. And especially, like I said earlier, the guy that shot him, it's exactly who Nipsey was doing it for. Those types of people.
Exactly. So, and like you're saying, the guy who shot him was just that kind of guy Nipsey was doing it for. What we saw after this mourning period, we saw great shows of emotion from athletes and people who aren't athletes. So you can go through. Let's talk about some of the great shows of emotion that we saw from people who wanted a tribute to Nipsey. I honestly saw a lot of Instagram posts by people who I never thought would associate with Nipsey, but really had respect for what he was doing, whether they was in the pop world or if they were street rappers. I think most touching thing I saw was Schoolboy Q asking artists not to release music this week in honor of Nipsey. Let people grieve during this week.
I like that.
To actually have a chance to breathe before we get back to business.
And I think people are doing that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I like that one. You're right. A lot of athletes did do all types of tributes on Instagram. I saw a lot of posts being given. Of course, we talked about YG. YG was, of course, Cali out there, very close homies. Mm-hmm. He paid a tribute just saying, I'm lost for words because he's like, I'm lost, homie. So I really just see the love that came out to him. And when you see those, even they now made a vigil right in front of that store to where cops had even put like a curfew on it because just they want to maintain they want to maintain peace, which is good, But like all that type of energy that's being given to him, man, is beautiful, man. I think that really shows how strong he was. Like when you see that type of love and energy after his death.
Yeah.
But in terms of a lot of freaking tributes, man, let me talk about that 2020 tribute.
Oh, shit.
Because let's be honest with you, if we can make a positive out of this situation, if we can make one positive out of this situation, another person that paid tribute to Nipsey Hussle was the great, amazing Russell Westbrook. For people who don't know, one of the best NBA players in the goddamn world.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
Not my favorite, but he's okay.
I mean,
he's
honestly,
right.
I'm not a Thunder fan, but I could respect the hell out of Westbrook, man. He's incredible. But Russell Westbrook dropped what we call a 20-20-20, which is a triple-double.
Yeah, exactly.
But with 20 at least in each of those things. So if people don't know what a triple-double is in basketball, there's a few stats: points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks.
It's anything that you can get double.
Any of those that you can get double digits in. And if you can get 3 of those in double digits, you have a triple-double. So my man had, what was it, 20 points,
rebounds,
21 rebounds or 20
assists.
Rebounds, and then 20 assists.
Yeah.
20-20-20.
Facts.
Which is the first time anybody has done that since Will Chamberlain,
yeah.
back in, I believe, 1967. Which I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is the first time a real 20-20-20 has happened. Because when Will Chamberlain was playing in 67, he was playing against a bunch of motherfucking short people, okay?
But let's be real.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
But let's be honest, too. There was no three-point line.
For real?
So Wilt Chamberlain had to get his stuff in the paint.
Yeah, but when you that big and you going up against these little
you still gotta get it how you live in the paint.
I mean,
baby.
I get it. Yo, for his time, good stuff. That's a different game, different day.
Different
you know,
era.
literally
Well,
like 50 years.
Let's stay on
so
top.
he had the 20-20-20. My whole point is saying that this is amazing. This is literally, to me, the first time this ever happened. Russell Westbrook was already on streaks for triple doubles, which is already incredible. But he made a 20-20-20. And as soon as my man hit that rebound for the 20-20-20, literally you could see him as the camera zooms in on him saying, "That ain't for me. That's for my guy. That's for Nipsey."
Exactly.
And you hear the commentators chime in and say, he's saying that's for Nipsey. Man, when I watched that clip, I didn't watch it live, but I watched it the day after. I'm not going to lie, man. When I watched Russell say that, like, I kind of teared up. And, like, I really thought about it. I was like, bro, for you to have the most amazing triple-double in the goddamn world, you know what I'm saying? For you to have the first triple-double that's that incredible since Wilt Chamberlain, after you've been on the streak.
Yeah.
And then for you to instantly just say that's for Nipsey Hussle, you're not even going to represent for you. You're not even going to hit your hand on the chest. You're just going to say that's for Nipsey.
Well, I think he came in there with a man on a mission.
That's insane, bro.
He was on fire.
But tell me that doesn't show you how strong that man's spirit lives on. It's insane to me.
But I feel like things that people will come, especially as a former athlete, when you have something on your mind, you're so emotionally worked up on something. You have a point to prove. Like I guarantee you, he came to the stadium that day. He planning to drop points. He didn't know how many points he was going to drop.
He came decked out in Crenshaw. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he knew
what he was doing.
He could. If you ask him before he walked in how many points he was going to get, he didn't know. He was just going to attack. The triple double only happened because the spirit of like, I got to do this for somebody.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he just came out there to ball, man. That was it.
And I think that's just shows how strong this guy's spirit is, man. I'm telling you, you got to understand, this is Westbrook, who people think is a selfish-ass player. He literally said instantly, that's for Nipsey, bro. And in the fucking interview post-game, he was even saying the same thing. This is for Nipsey. This is for my guy. He knows what that means.
Exactly.
So for you to really just say that, and I think that's not only just a good tribute, I'm just being honest, that just shows how strong this man's spirit was. Like, it's not just, I'm going to go do this because he's passed. Nah, man, that's spiritual. That's like some real, man, I got to do this. Like you said, that mentality. So, man, at the end of the day, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. I really hope this situation gets down. I hope like he gets justified and this guy gets arrested. I really just don't want to see this end up being like something to where shit we ain't find Biggie and Tupac's murderer, so we can't let this happen to my boy with today's day and age. But
yeah, and one message before we move on to another subject is I want all of us under the power of my voice, if you're in the chat, if you're watching this later on in the week, I want us as black people, as minorities, as people from other countries, people who are from America in general, who may not be the richest, who may not be the poorest. The most important thing we take from the message of Nipsey Hussle is self-determination, the hustle winner, the hustle attitude. You know what I'm saying? His whole mindset was taking everything as a marathon. You got to keep running. You got to keep investing. You got to bet on yourself. And that's what's important. What took him to have that album called The Victory Lap, because he was really took the message to himself, formed his own record label, stopped worrying about other people investing in him, took the money that he was getting and invested in himself, and then took that money he made and invested in the community.
Preach.
And so I want everybody under my voice to understand, like, don't be afraid of going back to the hood. Don't be afraid of going back to your community to invest in it. You don't got to live there anymore, we also have to still have the love and mindset to respect it and invest in it and build it, so people after you don't have to deal with the bullshit that you had to deal with. People after you can own the building, not just live in the building. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole mentality that Nipsey Hussle was trying to get around. So that's my last word on that subject.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And
Nipsey
please go
Hussle.
listen to his stuff. He owns his masters, man. We all looked that up. That's true. He does own everything. His whole family has that. So that's going to his family. You know,
It's going to his daughter. I think he has a son and a daughter.
His whole fam.
His whole family.
So go support him. Rest in peace. So we got to move on from this.
We got to bring.
We got to get back a little bit into positivity.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad we did kind of end that on a positive note with his music. I feel like Nipsey Hussle, he was a real hood superhero.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in honor of him, we got to talk about the superhero movies that's coming out, man.
Yo, if you don't like superhero movies, what are you doing? Summertime is here, fam.
It's summertime.
It's summertime is here. Movie time is
crazy.
here.
This is the biggest time for movies. This is the biggest time for superhero movies. So we'll start off slow. You know what I'm saying? We had Captain Marvel a little
How you
bit.
feel
So
about Captain Marvel?
I thought Captain Marvel honestly was great. I do think the whole female empowerment thing and the whole female, lead superhero movie, they did a good job of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I truthfully was not a fan of Captain Marvel, man.
I was waiting for you to say that because I was about to. If you didn't say it, I was going to say it.
Woo, bro, I was bored throughout that whole movie, man. I did not like Captain Marvel. If you in the chat, please put your comments if you've seen Captain Marvel. I'm sure you have, but
If you like Captain Marvel, it's okay.
It's cool.
The problem with Captain Marvel was this. We knew it was going to be an introduction movie.
Origin story for sure.
Origin story movie.
Yeah.
But as somebody who's pretty well versed in comic book history,
Yeah, exactly.
the fact where they took Captain Marvel, just how the origin story wasn't right.
It was just kind of.
It wasn't right.
I think the origin was all right. They didn't mess it up too bad. They did have a little bit off.
They changed a lot.
How did you just feel about Brie Larson in general?
She wasn't that bad.
She was good.
I feel like the script just wasn't
Exactly.
that good.
Thank you. I feel like it was poor writing. The screenplay and plotting from scene to scene was just really kind of whack to me. I don't know about you. I'm not a fan of alien movies. I'm gonna just say it, man. Like even the Guardians of the Galaxy. I know they're supposed to be funny. They got a good soundtrack. Chris Pratt's my dude. Batista, I represent WWE, but nah, man.
Well, you missed out on my favorite person. Who's
Bad, beautiful Zoe Colombiana.
There you go. I was about to say you can't talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy and say everybody else but her.
You're
anyway,
right.
Back to what
Michael Moore. I'm not a fan of those movies because I'm just that space shit. It bores me.
Well, it doesn't ground you. It doesn't.
I mean, maybe I'm down to earth, but I feel like those movies, even those, were a little bit more better because they got characters. This one was literally just Brie Larson, who you right was good, but her script was kind of whack.
Yeah.
And I feel like just the whole space concept kind of outdid it for me. How did you feel about like Nick Fury?
I think they did a good job.
Great job on that CGI.
Surprising the CGI situation was. They've come a long.
Exactly.
Remember back in the day when Mortal Kombat was like the best CGI we've ever seen,
and that was the horriblest movie ever,
now
bro.
It's horrible
bro,
CGI.
That's the worst movie ever. But now, yeah, bro, we've come a long way. People don't know Samuel Jackson. I don't know how old he is.
They de-aged the hell out of him.
But they de-aged him at least 25 years. They took the eye patch out.
The only problem was he ran like an old man.
He did. He was
it was an old man run, but outside of it, he looked good.
Damn. I think it was great though. It was like his character was good. I was entertained by them, but I just didn't like Captain Marvel. Honestly, I thought it was kind of boring. But to each his own. Everybody thought it was better than Wonder Woman. Again.
No, cancel that.
Wonder
Woman was better than Captain Marvel.
I think it was better. I just think they're both good. I'm glad we're in those topics of female superhero movies now.
Yeah.
Those are both good actresses, Brie Larson and Gal Gadot. But I just think, nah, man, I'm ready for Cap for.
Sorry. Now it's time for us to be meat-headed men.
You know what I'm
Brie
saying?
Larson or Gal Gadot.
Ooh, that's
This is a meathead man.
Shit, bro.
Meathead man.
Let me tell you something. That's a very tough one for me because Brie Larson used to be in Community, and she was like a very small role who had a little crush on fucking Abed,
yeah.
Yeah, who I'm brown, so I felt the connection. And then Gal Gadot, anyone who knows me knows I could quote all the Fast and Furious movies front to back. So Gal Gadot in those movies as Han, who I also was when I had long hair, is Han's bitch. So I was like, damn, bro, now we got both of them as superheroes.
Yeah.
If I got to pick one.
Be honest with yourself. Be honest?
Yeah. I got to go Gal Gadot, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She's bad as shit, bro. Oh, my God. and she's just international.
It's a model legs for me.
Yeah, I'm a legs guy too, but it's just international. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You got to pick that form.
The Hebrew accent.
But shout out to Captain Marvel. I think it was a good movie. Moving on, we have Shazam coming out.
I'm ready.
Shazam is crazy, man. I'm being honest with you. I'm very ready for it. I think it's gonna be dope. So far, all the trailers have had these, you know, little like Spider-Man puns and like Superman puns, and I think not Spider-Man, Superman and Batman puns, and I think that's cool because they're gonna, you know, wrap that into the whole universe. But mad people are excited for me. Can you please explain the excitement to me, please?
Okay, so do you know anything about the Shazam?
Very little.
Okay, so Shazam itself is based on a story. Who was Shazam? No fun fact, was the original Captain Marvel.
I've heard that, and that's confusing as shit.
Well, pretty much how it happened is it was Captain Marvel back in the 1920s and 30s. They hadn't trademarked it yet.
Okay.
So when Marvel changed names, they became Marvel as the actual company.
Okay.
The DC franchise was like, hey, we have a superhero named Captain Marvel. You can't do that. And so unfortunately, they trademarked Marvel. So they had to change the name to Shazam.
Wow. So technically, that's why he looks exactly like Captain Marvel's supposed to look.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Captain Marvel had all the powers that Superman had.
And I feel like I've played a DC or like Marvel game to where it is Captain Marvel, the guy Captain Marvel, and he looks exactly like Shazam. You're right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Shazam himself is based off of a story of children. You know, as a young man, you always want to be a superhero, right?
Yeah.
So as a kid, you're like, I want to be superhero. I want to be Superman.
Yeah.
But what if you, as a kid, could have the powers of Superman? What would you do with those powers? And that's what the question that Captain Marvel, Shazam, actually answers.
So it's basically Big with Tom Hanks, the movie,
Exactly.
but instead of him just being big,
He has powers.
He has fucking superpowers.
Yes.
Damn.
So that's Captain Marvel.
That's
The original Captain Marvel, but this is Shazam, which comes from his actual name when he had to shout the wizard's name, Shazam, and he turns into Shazam.
It sounds lit. This sounds amazing, bro.
And now, so exactly what you just said, big, but with superpowers. That's exactly what people are saying they're getting. That's the type of character you want. That's the type of character he was in the DC TV shows.
Nice.
So even when Shazam is fighting Superman, you have a little kid have to say Shazam, and he has to go fight Superman. They don't give no fucks. Throwing hands at Superman until Superman tires him out. You see this little kid come out the rubble and shit.
Okay.
Superman felt bad and shit. I can't beat up a little kid now. You know what I'm saying? He's strong, just a strong man.
So I mean, thank you.
It's an acronym, by the way. Shazam is an acronym. I don't want to go through it.
Yeah, we want to mess that up. That's good, man. I'm glad because mad people are excited for it. I think it's gonna be dope. I think it's a good, nice little turnaround for the DC franchise. It's dope, man. Recently as well, we did have a trailer come out for
an extended trailer
for Joaquin Phoenix's
Joker. How do you feel about the Joker? How do you feel about this version of the Joker?
So first and foremost, they also I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but it was Heath Ledger's birthday. He would have turned 40 years old.
Exactly.
So rest in peace to what many people will forever believe is the best Joker of all time.
First off, fuck that. Heath Ledger was the bomb in fucking Nice Tale.
Thank you.
I'm a Nice Tale
Thank you, bro.
Ledger fan.
Yo, let's be honest, bro.
No homo. I fell in love with Heath Ledger on Nice Tale, fam.
Yo, tell him.
Nice Tale gets me every time. Yo. If a girl wants me to cry on date night, play Nice Tale. Well, I swear to God.
I'm being honest with you. 10 Things I Hate About You was the one that I saw him in, man. Okay. He won that girl's heart over, bro. Like, and she was, kind of like stuck up. So, I felt rest in peace to him. I do feel like he was the best Joker. So let's just get that out the way. I feel like everybody could agree to that. It's a universal thing. He's the best Joker. I didn't like Jared Leto's Joker. I thought that I am a fan of him. He's a musician and an actor. That's crazy. But I didn't like his rendition of it. I felt it was good for the Suicide Squad thing. Just didn't like it though.
I think it was a little too youthful.
Youthful, right?
Little too youthful.
It was fun. It was like PG-13. Like, so what I imagine Suicide Squad would be is if it was like basically Fortnite video game. So you just got all these characters that you pick that have super special powers and they're all wacky.
Together,
yeah, that's exactly what Suicide Squad was. So they had to make all those people super characteristic and stuff like that. Yeah, it looked like a freaking Overwatch video game to me. So I think that for that it fitted, but I don't like that rendition of it.
And also, let's be fair to Jared. They cut out a lot of the Joker scenes in that movie.
From what they said, yeah.
So we might have missed out on some of the good stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and from what I heard, he did some creepy shit. Like I heard he was like leaving his castmates like dead pigs or like dead pig parts or something like that.
Well, Heath Ledger did a lot of creepy shit
but
too.
You got to get in the role.
You got to get in that mindset.
You got to get in the role. So I get the effort and I appreciate it, but I'm just like, I didn't like it. Okay. So moving on to Joaquin Phoenix's trailer.
How tough Joaquin Phoenix's Joker looks like it's going to be the fucking shit. How bad do you feel for Jared Leto?
Oh man,
being sandwiched between Heath Ledger and Jared Leto and Joaquin Phoenix.
Yo,
and keep in mind,
no,
the kid who plays Joker on fucking Gotham, is fucking good too.
He's a little bit better than Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, you getting your ass whipped in between movies and on the TV screen, fam.
Damn, bro. Man, I do think he just landed in a bad part. Like, but you can't blame Jared because he's like, if they pitch a movie with Margaret Robbie and Will Smith, you know what I'm saying?
Take that.
Yeah, you can't say no to that.
And let's be real, Suicide Squad's writing was trash too.
Yeah, it was a really bad. Nobody was going to consider it. But moving on to that, man, I do think it looks incredible. Like, I mean, it looks crazy. Robert De Niro's in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our girl, Zaza Beetz, Van from Atlanta. She's in it. Oof, I know.
Miss Domino.
Miss Domino.
Miss Domino from Deadpool. Go get your fine ass. Let's go.
So, get that money, girl. So, I think the movie looks insane. The trailer was just so very eerie. I do like seeing him in a clown outfit. You know what I mean? I think that it's bringing back that vibe, but it's bringing it into a more modern day version of it.
I didn't really get a feel of the time period.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see this version of the origin story.
Yeah.
Of the Joker. They have a lot. They also combine the origin story of the Joker with another comic. I'm not going to talk about that comic now because I don't remember that comic as well as I remember the Joker.
No spoiler alerts.
Yeah, I remember the Joker origin story very clearly. But the movie, the TV show didn't really do. They kind of fleshed
it
on
up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be kind of more close to like just what one bad day can turn you into. So this is exactly what, as a comic book fan, I'm looking forward to because I feel like Jared. I mean, who's the guy doing it? This is Joaquin Phoenix. Remember he was weirding us out with fucking fake ass rap career shit.
Yeah, I love it.
That was for like he is perfect.
He is awesome
to weird you out with just how he acts.
He is literally, I think he's really perfect for an origin story of the role. Like he's always just been like somebody who can be goofy but then turn serious. Yeah. And I think that's like that's the origin story of the Joker in this movie. He's a failed stand-up comedian, and he's everything goes wrong for him.
Yeah, tumbles down a deep hole that just keeps turning him into somebody who he's not, and then becomes that. He lives that. He breathes that.
I'm ready.
I'm curious to who they're gonna. I think they're gonna show who the next Batman is gonna be.
It could be possible, yeah. And I think to me, that's what I was gonna say is the best part about this movie because they're in a shithole. DC Universe with all that Ben Affleck nonsense and Superman nonsense. They're in a shithole with that. So I mean, I know they're gonna ride on that Aquaman wave, and they're gonna get it, and they're gonna also
look. Y'all saw that pun. Y'all saw.
Hey.
Trini get a pun.
I'll just try.
Trini did a pun.
When I drip hard.
Another one.
So
another one.
I think the DC universe needs this Joker movie, and I think that it definitely it'll bring it back. Shazam is gonna bring it right now. Keep it alive. Of course. But this Joker movie, I think with everything that's going down, they're gonna fuck it up. I think if they introduce Batman at the end, it'd be dope if it was, but I don't think it's like filmed. I think it's literally gonna be an after credit scene, like some Marvel shit. But I don't even think they got the new Batman yet, bro. I think they
need to.
Yeah,
I think they need to.
It's pretty bad.
Even if they just do the bat signal and like a leg in the full outfit, don't even show his fucking face.
Like how they did Thanos in the very first Avengers. I got you.
I mean, it's important for us to have a teaser of Batman because what is the Joker without Batman? He's nothing without Batman. Batman and the Joker is like peanut butter and jelly.
Well, it depends if they want to continue on with the Joker. You could do like a trio Joker movie before Batman's introduced. That would be dope.
And also another theory about comic books, since I do read a lot of comic books and understand how it goes. The theory within the comic book realm about the Joker is that there's 3 versions of the Joker that we've been reading about this whole time.
Nice.
So one of the versions of the Joker is the Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah.
how he has all this tactical awareness, this ability to wield different guns and weapons.
Yeah.
There's one the Joker that we all know and love that Jack Nicholson did, the real zany kind of out there Joker.
I call it the cocaine Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
The cocaine Joker.
Like there's that version, and then there's a third version of the Joker, which I really think
we're gonna see
Joaquin Phoenix is gonna be.
Whew.
So I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
The thing about Jared Leto's Joker is, I think he was a younger version of one of those three Jokers. Unfortunately, he was just caught up in a bad situation.
Maybe like the cocaine Joker, a younger version of that one. I could see that. I could see it a little bit.
Okay. Maybe.
Before he dabbled in the cocaine, when he was still on weed.
All right. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have that.
Movie comes out in October. I'm excited for you, man.
And then you know what else is coming?
What else is coming up, bro? Endgame. Avengers Endgame.
That extended trailer got me ready.
Yo, we are in it, bro. We are in the end game.
Now
as Doctor Strange said, we are in the end game. Let me tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday Night School, Spite of the Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Avengers fan.
Facts.
Been an Avengers fan since day one. I've been ready for this movie since the very first Marvel movie. Did you get that
pre-sale ticket?
Got that pre-sale ticket. Not only got that pre-sale ticket, what time you seeing the movie?
Look, look. I'm gonna talk to fans. Listen up, fans. Trini has all these goddamn hookups. He'll never text somebody. He's about to get tickets for the movie. Don't let me know. I will go with him.
He already
know. I will
know.
go with him, but I gotta see on Instagram. Oh, I got a ticket. Like,
you already
bro,
know.
What's up?
Hey, man.
What's up?
Hey,
no
man.
tickets for me.
Hey, I'm just being honest, man. I be doing this shit. I'm not even seeing the midnight release. I'm not even seeing the 9 p.m. showing Thursday night. I'm not even seeing the 7 p.m. showing Thursday night. I'm seeing a fucking 5 p.m. Thursday night, bro. That's that fan night shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facebook. He could have gotten me a ticket,
Hey,
fam.
I'm sorry, man.
Nah.
Honestly, so it's me and my coworker. We going. You know what I'm saying? We have a little coworker bro date. Leaving fucking work at 3 o'clock. Early as shit.
I would take time off too. Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait.
That theater's gonna be crushed.
So here's the thing. You talk about pre-sale tickets. It just broke the record for the most pre-sale tickets ever for a movie.
Shut down Titanic. Man.
Shut down Titanic. Shut down also Star Wars was like up there too.
Which is tough.
Which is crazy. One of the new ones, of course. But like legit, it's the biggest movie I think that could do that.
Well, think about it. We've been waiting 10 years.
A whole series of movies. Like I'm talking like it was a solid 15 movies that have built up to this one moment. So. Yeah. Bro, I think that's insane that there is a trilogy or franchise that can do it. I'm glad it's with superheroes that it's finally coming. But I think it's crazy. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, so far, I've read so many theories. I've read so many rumors. I don't want to give any spoilers to anybody, but you got to find out how they're going to reverse it. That's pretty much what's going to happen. They got to reverse the snap from Thanos. Everybody knows that's...
There's so many different ways that everybody's saying they're going to do it.
Quantum realm, time travel, the stone. Yeah. There's so many different things. Captain Marvel. So... I'm very interested to see what happens. Personally, what I've heard is that they start to go back into different scenes from different movies. And if that starts to happen, y'all don't know where this shit can go from there.
I'm excited to see
where this shit can go.
It's a 3-hour long movie.
Very, very.
I sat for 3 hours for Avatar. Fuck it. I'm doing it for Avengers too.
So let me ask you something. I watched Avatar like at home. I didn't watch it in theaters. I missed out, right? And I knew it was 3 hours long. I knew what I was getting myself into. Gave myself ample time, right? Still fucking fell asleep at like an hour and a half in. So like just being honest, was it worth the 3 hours? And also, what happened?
Damn.
Because I never finished it. I never went back and finished it. And you don't got to answer. I'll go finish it. But like, was that worth the 3 hours? And if so, because I know Avengers will definitely be worth the 3 hours.
I'll tell you this. The only reason why it was worth the 3 hours in the movie theater is because you got that IMAX experience.
Yeah, for sure.
You were there. Everything was kind of fresh. Everybody was there with you. You kind of had the energy built up around you.
Yeah.
Everybody was experiencing. When you're watching it at home with a couple friends or by yourself, it's not the self. You're gonna fall asleep.
I fell asleep, bro.
If were you by yourself?
Hell yeah, I was by myself.
So you gotta be watching it. I'm telling you gotta be watching that with somebody.
I got you.
And then the next thing to do is have everything you need. Like I went and I watched it. I remember I watched it when I was in London with a girl who I was hanging out with at the time.
Shout out
to her. I'm gonna drop her name, bruh.
Don't do it.
Don't do it? Okay. And my homegirl, she actually manages a Shaka Sony Island artist in the UK. So
Cool. Shout
outs to you. She just had a baby, by the way. Congratulations. I ain't going to drop your name. He told me not to, sweetheart. He told me not to.
Just trying to help you out.
I'm single out these streets, though. What's up?
Just trying to help you out.
But it's just one of them things where if you're not ready for this movie, you will never be ready for this movie. And Avatar is supposed to come back up with another...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A sequel.
Hopefully it's not... maybe another 3 hours, but I don't know.
It will be. It has to be. But that's why I got to finish it, because I'm like, I want to watch it. Also, shout out to Zoe Saldana.
Oh, yeah.
Love her.
Another alien that she looked real good at.
Yeah, she's literally blue and green. Like, it's just her specialties.
Let me tell you, if I had a little thing in my hair to have sex with you,
stop,
Zoe,
man.
Zoe, I got you, baby.
So I'm really happy to see how she comes back in
Yeah.
Avengers. We need to get Gamora back. We need to get... I'm ready for that movie. You said you got to be ready for a 3-hour movie. I'm ready for Avengers because depending on what... So the rumor that I've heard, right? And I'm not trying to... I hope it's not a spoiler. It's a rumor.
Spoiler alert. We're not really trying to do that, but
this is literally just a rumor.
Allegedly.
And there's literally no spoiler. But the rumor that I've heard for Avengers is that everything they've shown you in these trailers, right? So they've shown you, and I'm only going to tell you what's in the trailers. They've shown you how Tony Stark gets back to Earth.
Yeah. They didn't show you how. They showed me.
Or they showed me he is back to Earth.
Yeah.
Because originally they showed you him floating in space.
Yeah.
They showed you the whole crew is pretty much back on Earth.
Yeah.
They showed you Captain Marvel perhaps back on Earth. And then they show you all of them in a ship and kind of suited up to go somewhere. What I've heard is all of those scenes is only the first 30 minutes of the movie.
Let me tell you this.
Think about that.
I understand. I get that. I think about it. I understand what they're saying. I really think there's a lot of misdirection that's happening.
Which they've always done.
Yeah. Which was what got everybody on the first movie. A lot of misdirection.
Absolutely.
So I think there's a lot of misdirection happening, a lot of editing on these cuts to not show certain people.
Which they always do.
Like, so I'm excited because I don't know what to expect.
And me too. That's the best part about it.
And I want to see this journey of 10 years come to an end and the next phase begin. Because what's going to happen in the next phase is that we're going to reboot a lot of different people, not different leadership in the organization.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be losing the guy who plays Captain America. So I'm already preparing myself to lose Captain America. You know what I'm saying?
And no spoilers. He just hasn't signed any contracts. This is like real stuff.
If you know anything about what's going on, he hasn't signed any contracts.
So he's not coming back. He had a 60 or so.
And also Tony Stark,
supposed to be phased out somehow.
He might be phased out because homeboys Robert Downey Jr. has been playing Tony Stark for 10 years.
Yo, he's old.
He's old. He honestly, I'm okay with him leaving to do something else.
Yeah.
He's been the workhorse.
He's the dude playing the dude described as another dude.
Exactly, but he's been the workhorse of these movies. He's what this whole genre
I agree.
was built off of.
Yeah.
Of course we had other standalone Marvel.
Nah, he's the one that started it with honestly Iron Man, and then that's how they brought back in the Hulk with that feature. So
we tried the Incredible Hulk by itself. We tried the Fantastic Four by themselves.
Oh yeah, that never linked.
Until Kevin Feige said, "Look, we're going to start with this person, and we're going to build off of him," there was nothing left.
I hope he continues to. I mean, I hope he's done with it. Just because you're talking about the new phase, and that's really what I'm prepared for. Yeah. Anybody knows me knows I've been a diehard Spider-Man fan, so I'm very happy to see Tom Holland continue to do that. Black Panther's going to ride that wave because that's a huge wave right now in America. You can't kill Black Panther.
No,
bro.
I think I was we just made $1 billion.
Right.
You're really going to get rid of Chaz Boseman?
So I'm going to say, you talk about how Robert Downey Jr. was the franchise.
Black people are going to fucking riot.
Fam, it's going to be Chadwick for the next, T'Challa is going to be the next, what Robert Downey Jr. was.
Exactly.
Because they got to take advantage of that. So I'm ready to see T'Challa take the keys. I'm ready to see Spider-Man on that. Doctor Strange is also one of my favorite ones too, so I want to see more of him, bro. I'm really ready to see. He's awesome, man, Benedict. I'm really ready to see all of these people just start this new phase because it also I'm tired of seeing Iron Man and Captain America, bro. Even with the DC, how we talk about Shazam is coming in and more people like that. I'm tired of everybody just focusing on the Batmans, the Supermans, the Iron Mans, the real main ones. Let's get into the real comic book Marvel characters. So
and I feel like the thing that Marvel has done well, it has given their big stars chances to shine, but then they've used them sparingly in everybody else's movie.
For sure.
So the problem was when they did Batman versus Superman. Yeah. And they did that, it was horribly written, they were clashing, then you just slowly pop in Wonder Woman out of nowhere, which is one person too many. And then you have a disaster of a main character in the the Justice League movie. Which Justice League movie wasn't bad.
Not bad.
It just they did a lot of things wrong. It was so expensive. They couldn't give the right type of water kind of thing for Mira. It was so dark that when you see Aquaman, it's so bright
blurry.
and vivid.
It just looked kind of like weird and trippy.
It looked weird. So now, like, DC's starting to get the picture. Like, they're gonna do well in standalone movies. Then how they build off of that is kind of like how Marvel does.
Yeah.
A little pop in here, a little cameo here, a little Easter egg here. Then you start putting people together.
Like, you're right. They did Batman versus Superman after like 3-4 movies. You look at Civil War, which was basically Captain America versus Iron Man. Yeah. That didn't come until like freaking 8 years after. You know what I'm saying? Between like 10 different movies. So
exactly. Like,
you had to build into that. You can't just clash those people.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited, man. Like, it's going to be crazy. And not only for the movie, I'm very excited to see what the end credits is like. Because if this is the end of the game, I want to see what's setting up for the next phase.
Shit is going to go down.
It's going to be real. If you're a Marvel fan, you know this is going to be the one. This is the one. This is the movie.
All we know is shit is going to happen, and it's going to be great. I'm excited. I know you're excited.
Stoked.
I got to get a fucking ticket now.
Sorry, bro.
Don't say sorry now.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for saying sorry.
You said sorry for saying sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro.
But y'all, like, I'm really excited for this coming movie. I know we started off on a really tough topic, but we wanted to brighten it up and make sure everybody understands that
for sure
there's good things coming down the road. There's good music coming down the road. Just to let you know, since everybody didn't release everything this week, I mean, we did have Khalid was supposed to drop his album Free Spirit, but I'm not even going to talk about that. Right now, we're going to play the 2 records from one of our artists. All right. So what we have here is Christopher Marciano, R&B, soul, great singer, local talent. He was the lone pure singer, I would say, of the night. But he has two songs that he gave us. A voice of a fucking angel. I wish I could sing just as good as him, but unfortunately I can't. But here we're gonna drop one of his first records. What we got first up?
I'm Just Me. Let's do this.
Yep. I want everybody to be happy. Remember, be yourself, like Nipsey Hussle was being himself.
Let's go. They try to change me. They'll never learn. Hit in the shadows. Waiting to turn.
He was the first artist on our showcase, by the way. Set the tone.
No concerns. They try to change me, so I let them crash and burn. Looking for love, not looking for love. I'm not looking, no. Rather be lost, rather be lost. 1 time for the heartbreaks, 2 times for the cause, 3 times for the mistakes, 4 times to you all. 1 finger for the haters, 2 fingers to the past. Not trying to be nobody. I'm just way too busy being me. I'm just me. Maybe in another life I could be that other guy, but for now I'm just fine. Can't be the man you need tonight. Well, hold on to your pillow tight. Make sure that you're feeling right. Not trying to be nobody. I'm just way too busy being me. Don't get me wrong now, I believe in love, but more than that I know I'm enough. I'm living my life, I don't need your approval, no. They try to change me, so I watch them come through.
That was I'm Just Me by Christopher Marciano. Yo, I remember him. He was the first one to perform at the Orlando Passport event. Killed it, man.
Killed it.
Yo, as a
saxophonist.
Yo, crazy player. Killed it too. As a judge on that, I want to be honest, Christopher. If you listen, it was hard, man. You was one of the top finalists because kid was talented, man. I remember it was great vocals and great pipes, but man, when you're the first one, you set the tone like that out of the 12 artists. I mean, it was hard to pick. But shout out to him, man. We got another one from him as well. It's called Runaway. Shout out to my dog.
By the way, find him on Instagram, Marciano Music, Marciano Music. Find him on Facebook, the same, Marciano Music. Marciano Music. Let's go.
I was trembling, but my heart remains still. My heart remains still. Yeah, part of seas fell, but your air encouraged me to swim the ocean deep. Oh, yeah. Take me on. I don't wanna live without you. Don't wanna live without you. I don't wanna be afraid. Keep holding on, 'cause I can't see without you. And I don't wanna see without you. I just wanna be here only. Oh, I need you in my life. Need you in my life. Oh, I need you in my life. Need you in my life. Don't you run away. That's what I say to get me through the deep, deep. I need you to believe in me, just me. And I'm torn, broken hearted, left all alone. Take me on. I don't wanna live without you. Don't wanna live without you. I don't wanna be afraid. No.
Once again, that's Christopher Marciano. What was the name of that song, brother?
Runaway. Shout out to Christopher Marciano. You heard him vocals on my dog, man.
Yeah, he can sing, bro.
Yeah, he can sing. Even live, that's what I'm saying. He was the first one to perform live, and we were just like, wow, man, like crazy to start off the whole show. So shout out to my man.
Once again, you can find his music find him on Instagram and Facebook at Marciano Music, Marciano Music. If you don't know how to spell music, punch yourself in the face.
Right now, twice.
Bow, bow. Yeah, you got it. But definitely, guys, he was a great artist. If you need somebody to sing on your records, please reach out to him. He has a beautiful voice. And he's a very beautiful person. Has just a great personality, very warm spirit.
Very good person, man.
And so I want people to know, like, yo, if you need people to work with in Orlando, please network and find these people. They perform at all these other events, not just my event. I try to tell people, go. If you can't perform anywhere, perform somewhere here in Orlando.
Start off.
Don't be worried about performing only for me.
Nah.
Perform for Jen at Future Showcase. Perform for the culture at they shit. Perform for there's a showcase going on tonight at Haven Lounge.
For sure.
Every first Thursday of the month at Haven Lounge. Shouts out to them.
Shout out to John Q and his All My Homies showcase.
AMH, them,
you know what
all
I'm
my
saying?
homies shit. There's a lot of things to do in Orlando that if you want to get involved in, you can get involved in. So artists, please stay tuned. We got more events coming soon. Of course, it's your boy DJ, Spider the Don, and Trini.
D, they call me Trini D. Thank y'all for tuning in to Thursday Night School. Good night.
Good night. Ow!